India's first Telugu musical app. Listen to Raga Original Telugu stories. Subscribe now and lock down the offer price for life.
Play an actress. Her name is Sameera, and she's not from here. She's from the north, and she's gotten her first break in the industry, and she's done very well. And she's a star, and she's working in the Telugu film industry, and she's a very honest girl. Like, she wants to work hard, she wants to do well, she wants to do good roles, she wants to be a good actor. And I think basically the story is a love story. It's about the person, it's about two people, and it's about the person behind the actress. But at the same time, it brings up certain things in the industry, certain perceptions of the industry, certain perceptions about actresses, certain perceptions about girls, working actors. So that is woven into the story, but the story is actually essentially a love story about these two very opposite people. And so I play Sameera.
How is it portraying an actress role? How is it acting in an actress role?
But actually it's a lot of fun because when you're doing it, you suddenly start thinking about things that you do very naturally, you know, things that you do very effortlessly, the way you are in front of a camera, the way you are with fans, the way you are with journalists, or the way you are in your van, how you chill in your van. So normally you don't think about it, it just happens effortlessly, you glide into various roles that you're playing. But when you're actually acting on screen, then you realize, oh, I do this when I do this, I do this when I do that. So it's nice because you can draw from your own experiences. And you realize that actually an actor never switches off. You're always switched on, you're always dealing with people, you're always being watched, you're always being judged. You get a lot of love also, but it's like that switch is always on. So I think it takes a certain kind of person to be an actor, because like suppose I love acting, I love being in front of the camera, I love people, I love being around people, I never feel tired. Even if I've not slept and I've only slept half an hour, I'll still, like, you put the camera on, I'll be very happy in front of the camera. So it takes a certain kind of person to be an actor, and a lot of people have this perception that it's just glamorous. No, acting is not glamorous, acting is hard work, and being an actor is a lot of hard work. And as actors, we are very vulnerable people because we really give a lot. We tear our heart out and we show you our deepest emotion to a whole set and a whole country. So it takes a certain kind of person to be an actor. So as I was doing this film, I sort of realized that even more. Actually, honestly, I don't look at films as region based or language based. I look at films as stories told by a director, because I feel that films are essentially about feelings, and they are stories, and feelings and stories don't have language. They're about making somebody feel something, and you can make somebody feel something in any language without even speaking. So for me, I choose a film based on the director and the script and my role. And when I got this call from Mohan sir, he contacted me through various people, and I was shooting Bhumi and Padmavat at that time. So I was actually they were very intense roles both. So I wasn't even thinking about doing another narration. I was like, once I'm halfway through, I'll start doing narrations again. Mohan sir managed to get through to me, and he was like, I'll just tell you 2 minutes, 5 lines. If you like it, you tell me whenever you're free, I'll come down for a narration. And I remember I had a long day, and the next day also I had shoot early in the morning, and I don't know, I just liked the 5 lines that he narrated to me, and I asked him, I said, if you have time, can you tell me the whole story, because I'd really like to listen. I heard the whole story, and I said, I don't know how I'm going to do it because I don't have dates, but if you can, please wait for me, because I really want to do this film. And he waited for me, and he turned things around, and he made sure that I could do it. So I really wanted to be Sameera, and I really wanted to do this film, because as a kid and growing up also, I've seen some iconic films about actors and regular people. Like whether it's Roman Holiday is not about an actor, it's about a princess, but Roman Holiday, Goody, Notting Hill, My Week with Marilyn, these are all films I've seen, and they are iconic films, and I have loved them. and to have a director who's written, you know, such a beautiful story, and I could immediately visualize myself as Sameera, and I wanted to play her. So it was as simple as that.
How would Sameera Rathod will make Sammohanam with the audience?
See, that I can't say, that you'll have to say. I've loved playing Sameera, and I love my work. I really do. And I will only take a film if I really respect the director and if I really love my part. I don't want to be a replaceable object in a film. I don't think that, like, I feel like I'm an artist. Of course, I'm a heroine, but I'm an artist. And I want to do a film because I can bring something in terms of my talent to that film. So I really, really love my work, and I have really enjoyed playing this part. And I hope that the audience, and I'm also a regular audience, so when I heard the story, I heard it as a, like, you know how a little girl sits in front of her mother or grandmother and listens to a story. Literally, I listen to narrations like that. So I feel like if I enjoyed it so much, then maybe people will also enjoy it a lot, and I really hope that they do. But it was great. So the thing is, I had actually not seen any films of his. I'd heard about him, and I know that he'd done a film called Baghi. But when he's very quiet actually on set. He doesn't speak very much. But when the camera switches on, he's very alive, and he really becomes the character, and he's a very effortless actor. And I really enjoy working with actors like that, because I'm not a big one to do rehearsals. I'm more instinctive when I perform. I just take in whatever the director says, and I just, you know, I let the director mold me. And I'm pretty much a director's actor. So it's fun to work with an actor who is very natural and effortless. So I really enjoyed working with him, and it was very easy working with Sudhir. Yes. Actually, Mohan sir suggested it, but honestly, it was like, as he said it, I also said, sir, yes, I would like to do my dub. So it was kind of around the same time, because I had been thinking about it. So I don't know the language. Like, a lot of people think that, you know, why don't I know Telugu, because I'm from here, but I know. I did not study here. I did not grow up here. I was born here. And my entire family lives here, but I grew up with my mother in the north. So I don't speak the language. I was too busy dancing, singing, playing, doing like lots of extracurricular activities, and I'm not too good at languages. I didn't pick up the language. I understand a little, but I didn't pick it up. Also, I come from a very, very mixed background. So there are many languages in my family. So my mother and grandmother, they are very good with languages. I have not learned any language except Hindi and English. So somehow, like, my tata loved Telugu. Obviously, he's Telugu. He loved Telugu, and he used to always tell me when I was little, घर में या तो उर्दू में बात करो या तेलुगु में बात करो, because in Hyderabad people speak Urdu and Telugu, and I was very naughty and I didn't listen to him, and I only spoke in English and Hindi. But somehow I feel like, okay, my grandfather would be proud, because he's from Manaparthi, and he used to always want me to speak it, and Mohan sir loves the language, so he really guided me through my dub, because you really need a director who will sit with you and make sure that you are doing the right thing, you know, when you are dubbing. It's not easy to dub, and I don't come from a dubbing background. All my films have been sync sound. So I just wanted my performance to be authentic, and I wanted to do it myself. Also, the girl is not from here, so it helped it be more natural. So any mistakes are my own mistakes, not somebody else's.
Are you repenting not learning Telugu?
No, I don't have any regrets about anything. I feel that I learned so many other things, and I think imbibing a culture is more important than anything else. And for me, like, whenever people ask me where you're from, I'll always say I'm a Hyderabadi, because I was born here, and I really do love this city, and I'm not saying it because I'm sitting in front of you. I say it to everybody. And I feel like I'm rooted culturally in this place. Yes, I don't know the language, but that doesn't matter. Nobody can hold that against me. And I think that, you know, we are in India, there are so many languages that one has to understand that everybody cannot know every language, and one has to embrace each other and our differences, and, you know, I think happy with that. I believe in that. I've been brought up like that.
You gained a foothold in Bollywood and you have taken your own sweet time to do a proper Telugu film. Now that you have forayed into the industry, so is it a concentration that you want to make your presence felt in this?
See, I'll tell you honestly, like I said, I am an English and a Hindi speaker, and in 2010 I moved to Bombay and I became an actor, and I've been working for the past 7-8 years, and I got offers from Bollywood, and the thing was that I was working with very, very good directors in Bollywood. So I was very happy working there. But when Manisa called me for Katravalide Cheliya, it was my childhood dream to work with Manisa, and I feel like if anybody gives me a challenge and if I'm dying to do something, I will stand on my head and I will do it. And I really enjoyed it. But honestly, you know, people have this perception that if you're from Bollywood and you're doing well in Bollywood, you're not interested in other cinema. But I feel like we are one big country and we have so many amazing directors in different languages. So if good directors are calling me to be a part of cinema from different parts of India, I'm game. It's difficult, but I'm game. And after I did Manisa's film, everybody had this perception, oh, she's worked with Manisa, now she wants to work with anybody else. But Mohan sir called me, I liked his subject. I felt that he was giving me a part that would push me and challenge me, and he was calling me for my talent and for the fact that he needed an actor and a star. And I appreciated that and I wanted to be a part of it. So I feel that for me, if a director, for me language, caste, religion, boundaries, borders, they don't matter. Whether it's a Spanish director, whether it's somebody from Hollywood, whether it's from Bengal, whether it's Telugu, Tamil, Hindi, if the director is somebody I respect, if the story is something I like, and if the character is something I'm dying to do, I will work very hard and do it. And trust me, I almost thought that I couldn't do Sammohanam because of my dates. But I have traveled, flown in, flown out, shot, gone here, gone there, juggled and done it. Even now, I'm shooting Sankalp Reddy's film. I was doing the training on ropes in the mornings, and I was shooting at night on Manisa's set in Chennai. So the thing is, if you love something, you will do it. And I like to work hard. I've been brought up my mother and my family has always said that whatever lineage you come from, that's different. You have to stand on your own 2 feet and make a name for yourself. And yeah, so I mean that's the way I work always.
You didn't get your due here. Not many directors tap your talent.
Here, this is my first film.
That's what you still feel that. Do you feel that you didn't get your due here?
I never feel like that. I'm not at all a resentful and negative person. I think I'm working with the best directors. What do I have to feel bad about? I'm working with the best people, and I'm doing some really, really beautiful characters. So why would I feel that? And honestly, even see, I'll tell you, there are very few actors who get an opportunity to work in multiple industries. And somewhere you have to concentrate on one industry. So obviously my concentration is on the Hindi film industry. I'm a Hindi film actor. But if a great director calls me from Tamil or Telugu, I will make time and I will do it. But like I said, I don't want to be a replaceable object in a film. I want it if a director calls me for something that I can uniquely bring to the table, then I'm very, very happy to do it. And if they can challenge me and if they can give me something good to do, I feel like just like in the film, people have a very including I think the media should help us girls, because as girls we also want to work hard, we also want to be good at our work, we want to be treated as good actors, we want to be on par, so that kind of hierarchy shouldn't be there. And I would really request the media to help us girls work like that, because with your help only we can do that. And I feel like girls like me and girls in my generation, especially in the Hindi film industry, we are trying to make fearless decisions. We are saying, treat us equally. We also work hard. We are also talented. So we are all trying to do that. We are trying to make artistic decisions. So I feel like even here that should happen, and I would really like your support for that.
So in South?
Sorry?
Ensemble cast, like how you did in Padmavati. You are one of the lead characters there. So if anyone offers you something here, it comes out except.
See, the part has to be, see, I really believe that, like, you have to know what is a heroine and what is a hero. A heroine is somebody who has the qualities of a heroine. So whether her part is 20 minutes or it's 2 hours, she is still impactful and she's still the heroine of the story, you know. So, and sometimes you can have two heroines in the story. And, you know, in Hollywood, people like Jennifer Lawrence and Natalie Portman and Brad Pitt and big actors are fearless. They work with good directors and they are happy to be part of an ensemble just to be a part of a great story and to do a great character. So why are we so scared? We should also be fearless, and I feel like in Bombay we are making these decisions, and over here also slowly people are making those decisions. Manisha's film is an ensemble cast. He asked me, would you like to do it? And I was like, for Manisha, I will always, you know, I will always be there because I know he will give me something challenging to do. So it's like that, like, and an ensemble, honestly, yeah, there were 4 of us in the ensemble, and you get strength from each other. If there are good actors in an ensemble, we make each other's performances better. And you know, it's not about me shining and putting you down. It's about us all shining together. That is what a film is. Every department, every actor has to shine and do very well. And we should help each other do well. It's not about one-upmanship. That's what I believe. Do I have a checklist here? Yeah, I do. But you know, I've not seen that much cinema here. Like, if you're asking only Telugu films, Telugu South. Well, of course there's Manisha. I will, like, if I had half a chance and if I was lucky, I would do every single film of Manisha's. I really like Mishkin's films. They're really good. Karthik Subbaraj. Gautam Menon. Some of his work I really like. Then Shekhar Kamala. I'm working with another director. I wanted to work with Sankalp Reddy. I like Tarun Bhaskar. I like people who have a unique vision, you know, who are storytellers, who are filmmakers. See, there's one thing of making a project and there's one thing making a film. So I think it's really, like, ultimately as an audience, I go to the big screen to see magic on celluloid, where somebody will tell me a story, where I will go into that world and I will forget everything else, and then I can take those characters back with me, you know. So people who tell those kind of stories, I like those. Recently also Venki, yeah, you know, like, those are, and it's not about commercial and art. No, it's, every film should be ideally commercially viable, but it's about good film and bad film. So for me, it's about good film. It should be a good film, whatever it is.
So you worked with Sanjay Dutt in
Yes.
now that his biopic is up.
Yes.
So what traits, what qualities did you observe in Sanjay Dutt, and what are your expectations?
Sanju sir is just,
Have you seen
he's
the trailer
amazing. Of course I have. Oh my god, I love Rajkumar Hirani. He's one of my most favorite directors. I think he's everybody's most loved director, and I love the stories that he tells. And sometimes, you know, like, I think what's so amazing about him is he tells sometimes the most serious and sad stories with so much humor, and very serious subjects with a lot of humor. And Sanju sir's story is a very interesting story. And what I found amazing about Sanju sir when I was working with him is, like, he's a real teddy bear. He looks very scary, but he's really a teddy bear, and he's very protective, you know, and he's an open book. Like, he would tell me, like, sometimes we'd just be sitting, he was playing my father in the film, so it was really like that even off camera. He would constantly get me food to eat. Somehow everybody's always feeding me. I'm not sure why, but I think they think I need to eat. But Sanju sir was always giving me food to eat. He was always telling me stories about his parents, about his childhood, about his, you know, amazing life. And it was just, he was just an open book, and he would just tell it, and we would, I would be in splits sometimes, and sometimes I would be almost in tears, because I'd be like, how is he saying this so, like, in such a relaxed, light way? My God, he's been through so much. And I really, really, really love Sanju sir, and sometimes he used to fire me up also. Like sometimes I used to tweet about something that was, you know, controversial, something, and he would come, he would say, stop it, don't tweet. What if people like say something mean to you? What if they attack you? I'll be very angry, don't do it. So he's very sweet, promise me you're not going to do it. So he's very protective, and he's really amazing. And effortless actor, natural. He's so cool. He's really cool. So I'm dying to watch the film actually. It's going to be amazing, and I love Ranbir as an actor. He's, I think, my favorite actor.
At last you reach Telugu industry. Do you believe in destiny?
I believe that you have to make your own destiny, and you have to work really hard, and you should love what you do, and you should dream, and you should believe. And I feel like somehow things happen. And I believe that if your intention is very honest and very clean, then somehow the universe conspires to make things happen. Like it was like, you know, when I was small, I didn't grow up in a family that watched too much cinema, and like most of the films I watched were like children's Hollywood films, so not really too much Hindi films and all. And I watched Bombay, and I was very little, and I saw Kenai Kya, and I saw Manisha Koirala, and it was like I was mesmerized. I just wanted to jump into the screen and become Manisha Koirala. And from that time, I've always had this thing to be a Manisha heroine. And that's what I feel like. If you really, you know, when you're little, your dream is so pure. Somehow it'll happen. Sanjay Leela Bhansali, I watched Kamoshi when I was growing up, and again, I wanted to, you know, do his film, and I worked with him. So I feel things like I watched Notting Hill and My Week with Marilyn. And I was like, I want to play a role like this. I got it, you know. It happens.
And you given rave reviews for your performance in After William and Cheliya, but the film didn't work.
In Telugu it didn't.
Yeah.
Tamil it was still like good, yeah.
So how did it feel? How do you receive the
No, I don't look at, you know, when you've had a beautiful experience and when you work with a dream director. See, these terms are, you put these terms. Something is a failure, something is a success. No, but I really believe that certain films are cinema, and nobody should be like so sort of small-minded to just like, you know, dismiss it on a Friday or a Saturday number. Because there are, if you see some of the greatest films in history, look at Manisha's films, Dil Se, Iruvar. These are like, they've made cinematic history, these films. You take Gurudutt's films. I'm sure there are films here also like that. I won't know about them. Those are films that are films for a lifetime. You can keep going back to those films. You can keep watching them. Those are films made by masters. And yes, they didn't make great. Some films don't make great Friday numbers. They are more cinematic. They are more maybe deeper. I don't know what it is. And sometimes people just don't take to films. That doesn't mean that the film is not good. I believe that there are good films and there are bad films, and that's it. And yes, sometimes you're lucky and the film is really successful, and sometimes it doesn't do well in a certain region and another region it does well. I think for an actor, what is really important, of course, box office is important, but appreciation is very, very important, and the what you learn through making a film and living your dreams are also very important.
Surviving in the film industry, the toughest job for the girls. Do you find any gender discrimination?
Yeah, there is, 100%. There is gender discrimination, and it's 2018, so it shouldn't be. But I really believe that it will take each one of us to remove that gender discrimination. So if girls just keep shouting from the rooftops, it's of no use. The hero in the film also has to stand by the girl. The director also has to stand by the girl. The team also has to stand by the girl. And they have to, see, the thing is, it's a question of upbringing. If you've been brought up well, and if your parents have brought you up to believe that there is gender equality and to respect women, you will always respect women. If you've been brought up in a way that you've been brought up with that hierarchy of girls are lesser than boys, you're never going to understand it till somebody drills it into your head. But it's about time that, you know, I think it's drilled into people's heads, and honestly, it starts with us girls. We have to have self-respect, we have to demand respect, and we have to demand dignity for ourselves. First, we have to be dignified. And also, we have to remember that we are actors. So, our priority is our talent, our acting, our looks, our figures, all that is an added bonus. So first you have to hone your talent. You have to want to be an actor. What are you an actor for? Like as a girl, if you ask me, why am I an actor? Is it for fame? Is it for money? I'll say it's for cinema. I love cinema. I love being in front of the camera. If I respect a director, I will work with them. I will not ask them who's the hero, what is the money, no. It's something, sometimes some things are important. The other things are also important. I'm not saying they're not important. But what is your priority? Your acting. So first, we should be artists. And see, we are already heroines, but we should be artists also. And then people will respect us. So we should first start by respecting ourselves and demanding the respect. And each one and the media also. In all this, with actors, the thing is the actors and media are so interlinked that till the media doesn't stand with us, people will not, their perceptions will not change. And you can help us change the perceptions.
Even the film.
Generally, love stories have the same story. How different is someone?
Is your love story the same as Sir's love story? No, I really want to ask you that. No, I want to ask you the question.
Generally, love stories start with boy and girl meeting.
No, I want to ask you this question. Is your love story the same as Sir's over here? Okay, you don't have one. Okay, is this Sir's love story different from this Sir's love story? Obviously, it's different. Everybody's situation is different.
I mean to say, boy and girl meet, they get separated, again they meet.
That is what love is.
How different is in the movie?
For that, you'll have to watch the film. Because what differentiates one love story from another? The way the director tells the story, the way the actors act, the way the situations are built, the way the writing is done. Each one of us writes our own life. Is my life the same as yours? No. The way I fell in love, is it the same? Okay, you haven't fallen in love. But whatever. I'm just saying, it's obviously different. Everything is different. How can you say every love story is the same? I really feel sad for somebody if they say every love story is the same. Every love story is different. Every love story is exciting, and every love story has something fresh and new in it. If it's told with that perspective, if it's told in the same ghizapata way, then that's, I don't know, I have no control over that. But I love to watch love stories myself as an audience. And like suppose my grandparents' love story, I can hear it 1,000 times because I feel it's so beautiful. Or somebody else's parents' love story, it's different. My grandparents' love story and somebody's parents' love story will be different. Because what happened in their lives is different. It's as simple as that.
Apart from the films, do you find someone in your real life?
Of course. See, I'm the kind of girl, I will, like, you can put 18 bad things in front of me, including a question like this, but I will find something happy in it. And like my thing is to tell the person, no, there is magic in the world. There is magic in the world. You have to believe in the magic. You believe in the magic, it will happen to you. So for me, literally every moment, I will find magic in every moment. And whether it's being in front of for me, being in front of the camera is sammohanam. I love it. I love it. For me, like it's like a magic place. You can be anybody, do anything, say, like, you can explore, discover, you're free, you can take risks, and it's a beautiful place. So at the moment, yeah, to be in front of the camera is sammohanam for me. Yeah.
Sameera character seems to be highly emotional connection. Did you put in special effort for this? Any challenging?
I think an actor who loves their work will really put an effort for all their roles. It's not like one role is better than the other, but if you know what I mean. See, this is close to home because I'm playing an actor. So you draw from your own experiences, and it's a lot of fun. And as a girl in the film industry, you hear so many of the things that Mohan sir has written into the script. You hear it so often. You see people, the way people deal with actors, the way people think of the film industry. So obviously, there's a lot that you feel is very close to home. So I would say that it's a part that is a sensitive part, it's because people think of actors like they have it all sorted, they're very glamorous, they're arrogant, but no, like inside you're just a little girl, you know, your heart also bleeds, your heart also breaks, you also feel scared, you also fall in love, you also go through all the things that any regular person goes through, and people forget that. People forget that actors are flesh and blood human beings with hearts, and we bleed, you know. So I love playing this character for that reason. It was very beautiful. No, I play an astronaut.
You have got back-to-back Mani Ratnam stars.
I feel very lucky to have been picked by Mani sir for both films, and you see, Mani sir for me is like a mentor, a teacher, a parent, all rolled into one. He is also somebody who pushes me to a point that I feel like I'm gonna die, but I really love that because I feel like he's making me work hard as an actor. And with Mani sir, you know, it's a very beautiful way of working. He'll literally put you on the edge of a cliff and he'll say jump, take a risk, jump, explore your character, find it, jump. And with Mani sir, you will either fly, and if you fall, he'll hold you and he'll put you back on the cliff and he'll say jump again. So it's a very beautiful way to work, you know, where he really nurtures you, but he also challenges you a lot. So for me, Mani sir is really a godsend for me, and Madras Talkies is like home for me. So I would like I said, if I had half a chance, I would do every one of Mani sir's films.
Hi, this is Nitya Menon. Hi, this is Isha Rebba.
Hi guys, name me Nikhilni.
Hi, this is Bhumika. For all the latest movie review,
Interviews,
Latest updates.
subscribe IG Telugu.
Please subscribe to IG Telugu.